The Bambu Lab H2C is here, and I am extremely fortunate to have had it for almost a month now. I've been testing it out and printing a ton of multicolor prints to really see what this beast of a machine can do. In this video, I'll be giving my first impressions of the H2C from Bambu Lab. While we check out these shots of the H2C Vortex System and the new print head, I'll introduce myself a bit. I am Kit Crafters, a creator mainly on MakerWorld that makes a lot of toy model kits for 3D printing. I've collaborated with MakerWorld several times before, and this time they asked if I had any big ideas for a model that could show off what the H2C can do. So I pitched and created the Heavy Second Core Mecha, which is a multicolor and multi-material design. It's my biggest mech that sports 4 colors and uses TPU for AMS for the joints. They loved the idea and sent me the H2C in October to prototype my mecha design as well as test out the H2C. The H2C is available now, November 18th, in 2 combos, the H2C AMS combo and the full laser combo. The H2C AMS combo of course has the H2C and comes with an AMS2 Pro, 1 regular 0.4mm hardened steel hot end, 4 Vortek 0.4mm induction hot ends, 1 Vortek 0.2mm induction hot end, and a Vortex 0.6mm induction hot end for a total of 7 hot ends. It also comes as a full laser combo, which has everything in the first combo coupled with either a 10 watt or 40 watt laser with all the relevant accessories. There will also be an ultimate set additional accessory pack that comes with another AMS2 Pro, an AMS high temp, a regular 0.2mm hot end, a regular 0.6mm hardened steel hot end, and 3 more Vortex 0.4mm induction hot ends. This will allow you to print with 7 colors purgeless in one print. As of now, mixing different nozzle sizes is not available, and I'm not sure if this is coming in the future soon either. As I'm making this video, I don't have the prices for the H2C combos just yet, but I'll annotate them in once I get them. I also don't have any information on availability and price of the upgrade kit to the H2C, but I will go over what you need to likely replace during this upgrade. But let's dive in with the first big question that everybody's had. How long is a nozzle and filament swap in the Vortex system? As many of you eagle-eyed viewers noticed in the H2C reveal video, the H2C's print head has 2 nozzles and 2 feeds, which means for the right nozzle to swap filament, an AMS is required. This means every time the Vortex swaps nozzles, it also needs to unload and reload the new filament. The hot end takes 8 seconds to heat up, and the Vortex hot end swap itself is pretty fast. For a filament and nozzle swap, the printer needs to cut the filament, unload the current filament, swap the nozzle, heat the new nozzle while loading the next filament before finally let the filament get to temperature before printing again. This whole process takes about 25 to 28 seconds, depending on how long the PTFE tubes for your AMS setup is. Compared to Bambu Lab's H2S or their other single extruder printers, the H2C filament swap takes up less than half the time because it doesn't need to purge. 25 seconds might sound a bit long, but let's take a look at how much time and filament is saved by the Vortex system compared to single extruders from Bambu Lab. When printing my Heavy Second Core Mecha in full color, I compared print times between the H2S, H2D, and H2C. Of course, the H2S was the slowest and H2C was the fastest, but the time difference is pretty substantial. The H2S was estimated to be about 46 hours, the H2D was 39 hours, and the H2C clocked in at 27.5 hours. The H2S would swap filament 1,174 times and flush 580 grams, while the H2D would be 1,152 swaps and flush 315 grams, with the H2C at 1,138 swaps with no flushing at all. So for this print, the H2C saves over ½ a kilogram of waste and cuts the time down by 18 hours or about 40% from the H2S. When actually printing it, the H2C time estimate in Bambu Studio was pretty accurate to the real result. I'll go into more details on the Vortex nozzle swapping in another video, but it works as well as it's advertised. I've done about 30,000 Vortex nozzle swaps so far and haven't run into any issues with it yet. Another speculation was about the reduced bed size, and as many of you pointed out, it was smaller in the H2C reveal video, and the vision encoder / laser cutter plate is smaller than the H2S or H2D beds. This is correct. The H2D is slightly smaller by 20mm, but so far that has not been an issue for me. One of the most common concerns for toolchanger printers that I've been seeing is how consistent is the printer between nozzle swaps. With the H2D, it wasn't so much of a concern because both nozzles are essentially locked in place. The H2C, however, drops off and picks up nozzles thousands of times and must be aligned perfectly with where it left off between nozzle swaps. As expected, Bambu Lab has added an automatic nozzle offset calibration for the H2C that they claim is accurate within 25 microns. I haven't needed to manually start this kind of calibration so far, and it's been great. It's been doing it automatically, and I modeled and created these color calibration cubes to test this out. I printed all 5 at the same time, which means on each layer for all of them, there were at least 3 Vortek nozzle swaps. As you can see between layers, it's quite uniform. The only seam you can see is when colors touch within the same layer, which is unavoidable with FDM printers. I'm not a super technical person like many of the 3D printing and tech reviewers, but for me this works great and I don't have to think about it, and that's all I need. The last part I want to look at for this first impression is the software. I've been using a developer version of Bambu Studio that has Vortex support, and the short and sweet answer is the multicolor workflow is unchanged and all the Vortex nozzle swaps and optimizations are automatic. I just slice the models as I would for other printers and it handles it all for me. You can see which nozzles it plans to use and change them if you'd like. But yeah, so far it's been smooth sailing both in the software and with the printer. So that's it for the first impression. I'll be diving deeper into the Vortek system, where I think Bambu Lab can go next with it, what the upgrade path will probably look like, and designing for multicolor with the H2C in other videos, so make sure to check them out. The printer itself is fantastic. As always, all the auto calibrations and quality of life features allow us to focus on making instead of tinkering, and the quality of prints is just as good as you expect from Bambu Lab. The filament savings are great, but the time savings are the real deal here. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.